The public gooning epidemic. Video by 40 Shams. Alright, bruh. Let's check it out, bruh. See what this video talking about, bruh. This is crazy. Not gonna lie.
Fucking nutted on my fucking leg! You're gonna hell, bitch! Oh my god! He nutted on my leg! He nutted on my leg!
Philadelphia man surrenders after allegedly
Bro, that's some weird ass shit.
ejaculating on woman's leg. Bro, you cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this up. Oh my god. Philadelphia authorities have identified and apprehended Gary A. Miles, 35, of Southwest Philly in connection with an indecent assault that occurred at a Dollar Tree store. Local rapper Meek Mill contributed to the search effort by offering a $2,000 reward for information leading to Miles' whereabouts. His involvement highlighted the community's collective effort to address the incident swiftly. You know you messed up if you even got the rappers putting money on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever's left of our collective dignity, come here. We need to talk. Because apparently being freaky in public is a trend now. We got people clapping cheeks in grocery store aisles. And I don't know if this is a result of some sort of weird fetish, but it's been pretty common for these spicy content creators to make content in public locations, for example, like grocery stores. And the thing is, these videos will start all normal and then all of a sudden you'll see some of the worst acting you've ever seen. Like, I know they're trying to sell some sort of like sex appeal or, you know, target the gooners, but it really ends up coming off as satire more than anything else. And besides the weird grocery store behavior, we got people gooning in restaurant drive-thrus.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
Bro.
And I'm sure you might know who that is. That's Nautica Malone. I've talked about him on my channel before. He's basically viewed as like the progenitor of the public gooning movement. Yes, movement.
Our Nautica, art in Bikini Beach, Tempe, Arizona. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be church, on earth as it is in church land. Deliver us from the Goonicide.
Bro, why them niggas is laughing though? Bro, I heard that nigga self-deleted, bro. These niggas is laughing, bro. That's crazy. It is what it is, bro. He went out crazy.
Amen.
Although it is sad, the gist of the story is that dude basically unalived himself after he was caught on camera masturbating at the drive-thru. And the third category might just be the worst by far, because not only do they goon in public, they take it upon themselves to take that extra step to make sure that it's a public location where kids are present. Ladies and gentlemen, meet NYC's blanket couple. So this freaked out couple obviously couldn't show enough restraint to wait till they got home, so this is what they did. Trying to enjoy a beautiful Sunday afternoon in NYC. Wow, look at this park. What do we have here? In the middle of the park, the kids literally roaming around. Didn't even bother to find somewhere that was more discreet. In a park, there's usually places where not a lot of people pass by. No, they said no, we're gonna do it smack dab in the middle of the park where everyone is passing by, where kids are passing by, and who cares who sees? You know, maybe they thought that that blanket was like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Brief intermission, make sure you guys subscribe, we're almost at 100K. Also subscribe to my reaction channel and join my Discord, we have well over 3,000 members. All the links will be in the description. Appreciate y'all for watching. And I'm sorry, the fact that people just kept watching and minded their business kinda bothers me. I'm the type of person, I probably would've went and like splashed them with water, cause why are you scarring these little kids? Sometimes I wonder, where are those Karens when you really need them? Cause this will be the perfect time to make a scene, to really cause an issue. Now there isn't a national database that keeps track of gooning and, you know, all the public indecency cases, at least that I know of. But if we examine big cities like New York, we see that there's been reports of an increase in public public masturbation. According to NYPD data cited by the New York Post, there was a 51% surge in such complaints through June 30 compared to the same period in 2023. Additionally, the number of criminal summonses issued for public exposure of genitals increased by a staggering 396% in the same time frame. That's an almost 400% increase. In cities like Chicago and other areas within the Cook County, facilities operated by the Cook County Sheriff's Office have seen a dramatic increase in incidents involving inmates masturbating in holding areas, causing distress and harassment, especially for female lawyers representing clients in those areas. And there have been multiple articles that talk about this issue. Public defenders pushed to breaking point by masturbating inmates.
Pushed to breaking point?
How often is this stuff happening? Masturbation epidemic in Cook County court lockups raises questions about jail conditions, county budget, defendant rights. In Atlanta, we got a man who's been continuously arrested for indecent exposure.
Island right by Ponce de Leon. I spoke with a man who lives right over here in these condos. He says he walks out the door and right where I'm standing on this sidewalk, he sees a man exposing himself, touching himself. He's called the police. The man gets arrested and then ends up right back here doing the same thing.
Dude literally respawns, bro. That's insane.
I was in total shock. Like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now?
For 3 years, David Robertson has been dealing with this when he walks outside of his Virginia Highland condo.
You know, back in the day, public indecency was that one weird guy in a trench coat. You knew him, you avoided eye contact with him. And oh yeah, depending on where you grew up, there was also the homeless person who wasn't all the way there and would sometimes walk around completely naked. I think as a child, that's like the worst public indecency ever got. And of course, there was that one time period when people were debating whether or not mothers could breastfeed their babies in public, but that's a completely different topic. But see, we went from that public indecency to now having couples, TikTokers, spicy content creators, all contributing to the public indecency problem. We're seeing a shift from accidental nudity to scheduled programming. And a lot of this, believe it or not, goes back to pornography. Every day, the internet vomits out more explicit content than our ancestors saw in their whole lifetime. And everyone from young kids to senior citizens are all consuming this content. And senior citizens might be the worst when it comes to public indecency. There have been a multitude of times where I've caught senior citizens watching spicy content either at like a public library or just somewhere in public thinking that nobody notices. There's literally a bunch of proof online. People catch them all the time.
Maria, next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear?
Oh.
What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear?
Or maybe instead of trying to blame it on them being a child and you being an adult, maybe don't watch that on a school campus. And the public indecency / gooning problem is even affecting police officers.
Whoa. I think I took that out of context. What happened?
Next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear?
Oh.
What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear?
Or maybe instead of trying
What?
to blame it on them being a child and you being an adult, maybe don't watch that on a school campus. And the public indecency.
Bro. A teacher got caught doing what? It's getting that bad, bro? Bro, we got teachers gooning in the offices now, bro. Nah, that's crazy. Bro, my kids ain't going to school, bro. They're not going to public school, bro. My kids ain't going to public school. I'm sorry, bro. They not going there, bro.
/gooning problem is even affecting police officers on the job.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's car.
He was looking at porn. West 2's Justin Schecker got a copy of the internal affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office internal affairs investigation found that former deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
I'm sorry, you gotta be really lost in the deep end if you're watching porn while driving.
35, his body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying. after his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows Deputy McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up.
Okay.
You good?
You know your brakes did not lock up, bro.
I was like, oh my goodness, wait. Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new internal affairs report, the deputy told a sergeant the brakes locked up before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus. This deputy no longer works for the Lake County Sheriff's Office. We're told he resigned while facing termination. The internal affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful about what he was doing on his phone right before impact. McComber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash, but the investigation found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job. The report's conclusion says McComber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated 3 sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro. So not only does he not care about other people's safety, he doesn't even care about his own. When people start moving like this in ways to endanger themselves and endanger others and, you know, put their whole life in jeopardy, that's how you know it's an addiction, because they don't have any restraint. They don't have any self-control. See, when you're consuming a vast amount of sexual content, there comes a point when you become desensitized to it. Your dopamine system breaks. It's like if you tried to eat a ghost pepper every day and then after that, going to eat a jalapeno. It's just not gonna hit the same. It's the same with people who are over consuming sexual content. It gets to a point where they become numb and they start chasing the next thrill. And for some of these addicts, that next thrill is doing something inappropriate in public. And even if they know it's gonna put them in jeopardy and it's highly risky, since they have poor impulse control, they're gonna do it anyways. Matter of fact, the riskier it is, the more they're gonna enjoy it, because they're looking for a dopamine spike. And dopamine is basically your brain's feel-good chemical. Usually when you accomplish something, reach a goal, your brain will give you some dopamine as a reward. But see, that's only one side of things. When we start talking about these spicy content creators, it starts becoming more about clout, because making sexual content in public brings those likes and views. And the reason it does is because it comes with a certain level of thrill that the audience who's desensitized is seeking. You know, this whole idea of,
oh, I got caught having sex at Walmart.
Whatever it may be, as long as it's just morally indecent. And of course, the spicy content creators try to make it seem like it's real. Whole time they got like a whole camera crew. But to the audience, sometimes they do believe it's real. And even if they don't believe it's real, they're still programming their mind to like that type of stuff. Yep. So what does that translate to? It translates to them eventually trying it themselves. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect 2 points. But no, seriously though, all jokes aside, public...
That is insane, bro. That's actually crazy, bro. We got cops gooning in police cars while driving. Alrighty. If you enjoyed this video, well, I wouldn't ask you to enjoy this video, but leave a like if you want. I love y'all boys. I'm gonna see you on the next one.